Maybe this is the oldest form of architecture, a Tipi, Yurta, pystykoda, a tent made of wooden beams in a circular motion that has a fire pit inside, that has conversation with gods, with the earth. There is this saying, when you enter a sacred space like a tipi, you take off your shoes, that your bare feet could touch the earth, that you will be connected to the earth spirits. This is a form of architecture that has lasted tens of thousands of years, in storms, in rain, in peril, and still we humans, we tend to use it. We tend to come and gather in a circle and listen to the ancient stories that arise from the subconsciousness, from the Jungian mind. This is a place where a tribe can gather, have conversations, listen to each other, and just have nice time. Like the other forms of architecture shown in this video, there is a variety of places where we can go and enjoy, but there is something deep inside if we sit in a circle and are able to listen to each other. Is this the oldest form of architecture still in use? A building made out of stone? Or is there something else to it? Sadly, as you can see here, there has happened a crime. Many beautiful trees have been taken down and big machines are doing some work over here. They say it's restoration, but I see it's devastation. But there's a castle, and that's the architecture we wanted to talk about. But it's not only kind of architecture. It's stone and there's brick. But what is the most substantial way to build houses for human, for people? A place of shelter is something that we all dream of, that we all need, especially when you live in the north. Then there is a need for a roof on your head, and some warmth and coziness, a place where you can carry out your activities, especially when there is a lot of snow and minus 20 degrees outside. And we, humans, have created such shelters for thousands of years. And did you know that most buildings in modern world are built by women? In Africa, in Indonesia, etc. Women are the great architects and master builders. But here in the West, most buildings have been built by men. So when we are talking about diversity and gender neutrality, and if we look at the real statistics, the women, they build houses, not men. But here we have this saying that the man creates the skeleton and then comes a woman and brings in the roses. So it goes. The oldest log cabins in Finland have been dated around 8,000 years before Christ. So it's a long time, and for that period the people over here have built houses out from wood. Some have been tipi kind structures, and some have been real log cabins with turf roofs over the head. And during the ages, the architecture, of course, has evolved. But there is something that I want to show you, and soon you will see, about the circular motion. If we sit in the circles, if we sit by a fireplace, we understand, we care, and we listen to each other. But if we dwell in the square buildings, we might get lost. Of course, timber has been a source of joy and source of sadness. When we over here see woods being cut down, we become sad. But if we see them growing and we are planting them, we find a lot of joy. But if we sacrifice some lumber for building a log cabin or outer paneling or a roof structure, then we sense pride and glory from our outrageous activity, from our deeds when we create shelter. Every kind of building has its own heart and soul. It does not matter how modern or postmodern or industrial or how ancient the building is, because the basics are the same. Nothing has changed since we started building shelters over our heads. We still are aligned to those same principles, and we drift back to the past, building new upcoming projects. But if we can bring the past back to this moment, we will find the circular building, the circular motion, the fire in the heart of a building, giving strength and sense of community and belonging and understanding. But as long as we are disconnected from the heart of the building, we are disconnected from the heart of community. And that is the man's search for a deeper meaning in life, of finding this joy, this community with other people while we build beautiful structures. Or is this the most ancient form of architecture? A stone tower, billowing on a hill, looking into vast spaces of oblivion. Or maybe it's the stone. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. A hexagonal building, a beehive. Maybe we are supposed to live in the hives of the bees as humans and develop our architecture out from the beehives. This building has been built 120 years ago by great stonemasons and by great strong Finnish people who dreamt of a beautiful future for the upcoming generations. They never thought what is possible in the future, but they planned from the past onward. The magnificent view over the lakes and the forests gives you a sense of belonging and a sense of dream-like state when you are dreaming and looking at the thundering clouds, the still forests and calm lakes. And every pathway will lead us forward to a brighter future when we can come into the spiral of life and enjoy the movement within the buildings, within the stable walls of stone that hold us. And when you are dreaming of great heights, then this is the place to come, where you see the dream of a nation of 1 million lakes, not 1,000, but 1 million, and endless forests looking at you. As so many people in the world, they live in the cities and they are not inspired by the organic architecture, by organic buildings that grow out from this space, from this distance, from the forest, from the woods. When you look at the stone stairs, how they have been crafted out from the rock, from the granite, the same stone has been transformed into something beautiful. This is the nature of humankind. It's the nature of our brains to aspire to create beautiful things. And for creation, we need surroundings of beauty and harmony. As long as we suffer or we feel isolated in our modern flats, then it is hard to even strive for some beauty or creation. When you have smoke rising up from the pillars, looking into the sky, you find accomplishment, you find belonging, and you find a story time, a dream time. Just like Aboriginal people had their dream time, where they dreamt their reality into this world. The same has been with many indigenous people, including the old Finnish folk who dwelled on those lands over here. All the stories, they arise from subconscious and help us to navigate our place and our wisdom and our belonging in the context of nature. So the architecture rising from the earth, just like Frank Lloyd Wright said, the organic architecture, we find this connection to the nature, we find this play, we find this joy, and we realize who we actually are. Over my back, there are different vehicles of accommodation, a log cabin and a small Yurta-like structure. All the structures, they give the sense of belonging, the sense of caring. And actually, they are also a demonstration of strength and endurance, how a man can fight with the woods and become something, become one with them, but at the same time still being a separate entity. So if you like this video, please subscribe, thumbs up, and see you next time again. This is the maiden with tits.